challenges that we have when it comes to money, right? Financial literacy is just a big problem here in our country, and that's one of my passions as far as what I love to do. Um, Again, Guy Lucero, I'm a Denver native, 5 generations here in Colorado. Been in the financial industry 20 years now, and seems like it was just yesterday I started. So, but anyway, love what I do. Passionate about educating, helping people set up their financial future to, to retire with some dignity. Because it's just so hard today. Growing up, I really didn't know anything about money. Uh, had many jobs in the past and did fairly well financially, I thought, right? I thought until we sat down and got educated from this company 20 years ago. And man, it made a huge difference for us. So because of what they did for us, I just got passionate about it and said, well, if I'm missing this, but yet they're able to teach me, how many other people can I affect in this positive way, right? And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So today, me and Henry are going to talk about a little bit more about investing and really about 401ks, stock market, things like that, because that is one of the things that people fear most, right? Is why should I invest in the market? What's going on with my 401k? How does it work, right? All these different concepts.
And I came to you, because you were doing a show, and I was thinking I had to think a while. I go, hey,
Yeah.
I've lost my 401k along the way. I didn't
Right.
lose it. They took off with it.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
really, we're going to go over some financial questions
Yeah.
with Guy Lucero. It's some of these good questions that everybody probably wants to ask and never did because you didn't think about certain things. But Guy is here to go over a lot of the things because he is into this business of Primerica. Can I say the
It's
name?
Primerica.
Primerica.
Yeah.
And it's financial questions. I'm going to probably go back and forth, and we'll
Yeah.
talk about it so you can get an idea of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And so one of them.
Yeah.
Could I ever lose all my money if I invest into the stock market? Now that's a big one. Everybody always asks
Yeah.
this one. Of
That's
course you could, right?
Yeah, that's a great question, Henry. I get that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Because people are fearful of the market because they don't understand it, right? Now, is there a chance you could lose all your money investing in the market? Sure, there's always a chance. But here's one of the things that I teach people about. We've all heard the concept of never put all your eggs in one basket,
Yeah.
right? So, people always ask, well, if I just put all my money in this one stock, what if that company goes out of business or bankrupt?
Mm-hmm.
Which it's very possible that could happen.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of went on with you and with
Yeah.
me too. With both of us, and we've been hunting it down. It's really
Right.
interesting.
Yeah, so if you put all your money in one stock, okay, one company, and that company goes out of business, you can lose it all. But if you work with a competent financial advisor, right, they're going to give you some good education and build you a diversified portfolio. So you own multiple companies.
Mm.
You're a partial owner in multiple companies. That way, yeah, if one goes out of business, guess what? You have 10, 15, 20 plus to back that up.
Right.
Okay, so your diversification is going to be key to that. So if you're in a well-managed mutual fund, the odds of you losing all your money go down drastically. Pretty much
yeah.
slim to none at that point.
And see,
right?
like, let's just talk about Montgomery Wards. Let's just talk about Safeco American
Yeah.
States and all the different directions they took. I mean, they were a big company, weren't they? They used to sell everything.
Yeah,
You know,
Montgomery Ward.
houses and kits and
Yeah, I mean everything,
clothes,
right? Yeah, the old
hats.
department store. A lot of people are too young to remember them. But yeah, I worked there for many years, and I invested in a 401k and a pension.
Well, my mom used
Yeah.
to say, I have to say this, she had
Yeah.
this accent about it. Vamos pa Montgomery Wards.
Yeah.
Montgomery. It was interesting, but
Yeah,
everybody knew Montgomery Wards. And
Right,
you could
right.
buy anything and everything there, right?
Yeah. And here's the challenge with these companies, they change providers for their 401k all the time. And we're going to talk a little bit more about
You call
this
it
stuff,
provider.
so.
Also, you use the word custodian.
Yeah, custodian of the funds.
Yes,
Yeah,
and-
so it's not the company that manages the 401k. they provide it to the employees.
Right.
But there's a custodian. Then, like it could be Fidelity, Empower, Principal, different companies like
Even
that.
Wells Fargo does some of that.
They do some of that, yeah.
Mhm.
So, they're the ones
Well,
who hold it.
Transamerica, didn't they do some of that
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Transamerica.
Yeah, there's a
Bear
lot of
Stearns
different
before they ran off
companies
with
out
all
there.
the money.
Oh, yeah.
And where does it go?
Yeah,
You wonder
yeah.
where. Okay, so you went out of business. How do you do that when you have so much money? Where did that money go?
Yeah. Well, it's with the custodian. It's
Mhm.
just a matter of finding that custodian. And then they may change the provider, so it's going to move on to a different custodian.
Right.
But there's typically a paper trail. It takes a little bit of work, but
It's there.
if it's out there, it can be found.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And it's funny that you say this. Okay, so like, let's say I left my 401k with the company I previously worked for. This is
Yeah.
a great question. What options do I have with it?
Yeah. Well, there's many options.
Mhm.
Now, people don't understand that, and here's the funny question.
And this
I
is the
always
thing,
ask
we
people.
always want to know these
Yeah.
answers.
Yeah.
Guys got it for
Yeah.
you.
So I always ask my clients this that left their money at a previous company, right? I'm like, okay, well, you had your last day there, right? Maybe they had a little get together for you, send off, maybe not. Probably didn't, right?
Kicked you out.
And then you grabbed your coat, your pictures, your personal belongings you had around your desk. You took all that with you. But you left the most important thing there, your money.
Yes, your 401k.
Right. But people don't get good guidance from the company as far as, hey, here's your options,
No.
right?
Extract it.
Yeah. You should never leave your money with your old company, ever.
Because it goes into this. If they go bankrupt, they leave.
Yeah.
And the custodian is transferred to somebody else, then you gotta go run it down.
Exactly.
That's something that you're
Yeah,
really good.
yeah.
I was watching you do that. It's like when this company,
Yeah.
over here, over there,
Yeah,
look over there,
back
look
and
over
forth,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
So the best thing is to get with a great advisor that can give you good advice.
Right.
And that's what I'm here to provide too. So we can share ideas and options of where we can move that money to a personal IRA, okay, individual retirement account, which causes no tax implications as well, because it's just a direct rollover, and get you way better options. You become the full owner of your money, because when it's with a company 401k, you don't really have full control.
They have control, right?
They do, right? So that's one area that we really focus on, and we'll do the best we can to find it. So I've done that a lot. Yeah.
Now, one of the other questions we had here, should I participate in my company's 401k? Now, they've been talking, there's been a lot of changes.
Yes, there
You and
has.
I, when they first started this 401k thing, it was really, really good. Then Nacho,
Yep.
and he was with Mountain Bell, or what was it?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
different name, and he went
Quest, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
stole it all.
Yeah, took all the money.
$45 million
Yeah, that was
of
crazy.
everybody's 401 savings.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you do if you invest in a
Well,
401k
there's
plan?
yes and a no to that. Okay, why would you? Okay, the only reason we ever recommend to participate in a company 401k is if they provide a match.
Right, and that's one thing I was into.
Yeah.
I was putting lots of money in there because I was working all this extra hours and throwing all the money in, and they were matching it.
Yeah.
It was stacking up.
Yeah,
there.
and it can,
Mhm.
right? But say your company matches 3%, do 3%.
Yeah.
We never recommend to put in over what their max match is.
Right.
Okay, here's one of the reasons why. Because that money grows tax deferred, meaning it hasn't been taxed when the contributions are made from both sides. So down the road, eventually you're going to be taxed on that, right? So participate if they match. If they do not,
There's
we
no
always
need.
recommend
Yeah.
don't do it,
Yeah,
right?
why?
Because if they're not willing to put money into that plan, why should you?
And that plan isn't that good.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
happens a lot. Some of these
Yeah.
plans, and let's talk about that 401k plan. Some of them, and they had these changes, and it was because of a lot of these, like you said, the executive in charge
Yep.
took off without. How do you do that?
Right.
How do you
I
get all
don't
the
know, man. It's unfortunate
Yeah.
that there's greedy people out there.
$45
And,
million
yeah, they
of
took-
401k?
They took a lot of people's hard-earned money from them. So, and a lot of companies don't even offer them anymore,
Yeah,
because of the
way,
cost
the way they were set up.
and the
too.
way they're set up. you know, there are better investment options available out there if they don't offer that or if they don't match. So
Okay, should I invest my money into gold, silver, or crypto? And the last one I just said crypto. This is like I call it a ghost money.
yeah,
And because it's a ghost money, the way they use it and deal with it and mining it and doing all these kind of, they have created all these things, words, ways to shuck. I call it shuck and jive with crypto.
yeah,
And so let's talk about all three of these.
Well-
Gold, of course, we all know what that is.
yeah, yeah. Gold and silver. I mean, these are considered commodity investments.
Mhm.
Okay, so what we always recommend, what I always recommend, I should say, is that if you have, say, call it Vegas money
Right.
or Blackhawk money, right?
Yeah.
You go up to Blackhawk and you decide you're going to take 1,000 up that day,
Mhm.
and it doesn't matter if you come back with it or not. Do that, right?
Better than.
You can take discretionary money, right?
Right.
That really
you
it's
can
extra,
afford to lose.
and you could afford to lose it. But not too many people are in that position today, Henry.
Not,
Right?
especially today.
Yeah. So if you want to invest in stuff like that, it's okay, but don't put all your money into a commodity stock like that.
Because it fluctuates,
Yeah.
right? It goes up
Get
and down.
into a well-managed mutual fund to build your future retirement assets. And if you get an extra grand or so on the side and you're
Go
like,
into that.
I want to invest in some gold, but it has to be tangible that you can hold,
Right,
right?
because if it's not, they just use the
Yeah,
word and
that's-
say,
that's it.
just,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
back to,
Yeah.
let's talk about that crypto. Now, this crypto, I've watched it, I've been around it, and I thought, this is just ghost money. This is digits that aren't there,
Yeah.
digits that are there.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. It's, you know, there's so many people believe in that. I'm not a big proponent of it. You know, again, if you have discretionary income, go for it. It's supposed to be the future, but I'm just old school. I'm like,
Yeah, well, if you
you know.
really look at it, they've created all these words, they've created all these methods and methodologies of dealing with it. All of a sudden, there's this new thing, and they put this word on it, and it's
Yeah.
part of this
Yeah.
system. What the hell are you talking about? You know?
Yeah.
And
It's so
now-
volatile.
Yeah,
you
it's,
know,
it's
that-
big
that's
time
the
volatile.
problem.
It's
Yeah,
there, and then all of a
that's
sudden it's
the
all
problem.
gone.
Yeah.
And this guy that's in office has done it repetitively, ripping everybody off with it.
Yeah.
Because,
It's-
like you
it's-
said, the
it's
word
tough.
volatile.
It's tough.
Mhm.
Volatile, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, should I invest my money in life insurance policies?
It's a great question as well.
Now let me ask you about this. Okay, life insurance, there's two types, right?
Right.
So let's hit both of them and see what you.
So you've got term insurance. It's just pure protection.
And that's just if you die, you
Yeah.
have burial.
You die, you buy, you die, we pay. Bottom line. That's it, right?
You die, we buy. Okay.
Yeah. And then you've got the cash value, which unfortunately at times is sold as an investment or savings tool.
Right, all the way, like if you're 67, you need to cash out some
Yeah.
life insurance, you can.
Yeah, but life insurance isn't really an investment,
Right.
right? It's a insurance product that cash value, whole life policies, different terms, index universal life.
Right.
They just attach a savings portion to it.
Right.
So portion of your money you pay monthly goes to the insurance, the rest goes into a savings account. But they're very expensive.
And that's
High
the thing,
fees
yeah.
and
All this monthly fees, like you
Oh,
said,
yeah.
and then they send you a little extra fee on top of that because of the fee on top of a fee and the fee FIFO fund fee.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. Right? Yeah, and the insurance gets more expensive every year.
And you wonder why.
Well, because
Everything.
yeah, it's just the cost of insurance, right? And then they end up increasing the cost of insurance, but not your premiums.
That's it. Yeah.
How do they cover that?
And I always think that too. It's just like you
Yeah.
do. Where do you get the money to do that? Well,
They take it from the cash value or the savings
drop
that's
it down.
building,
Mhm.
which eventually depletes that.
Mhm.
And it could get to a point where then policies will terminate or lapse.
And that's it.
Yeah, so buy term and invest, the difference is the best concept going out there. And, you know, we can talk about that a little more another time.
So when it's you on another question I want to go with is what is the best time to start financial planning? But if I'm 50 and I think it's too late, I'm not 50. I'm 1,000 years old. I used to babysit
Right.
Jesus. Okay. So you got
Yeah.
kind of. But even
Well,
then, though, even then,
Yeah,
you can
when's the
start
best time to start planning?
anytime.
Right now?
Yes.
Right now. right?
Mhm.
And people always ask me, when's the best time to invest? Now.
Yes.
There's never a perfect time.
There isn't.
Right?
Even if you start young, that's not gonna help. What if there's some kind of a catastrophic issue or something goes on, you need all that money, and then you gotta start over.
Yeah. But I mean, the younger the better, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I didn't start really till I was in my early 40s.
Mhm.
I got a late start.
Which you're like
Yeah.
43 now?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
wish. But yeah, the earlier the better. Now, even if you're 50 or older and you haven't started a plan, it's never too late, guys.
Mhm.
Right? We can sit down and put a complimentary plan together, and you'd be amazed on what a 10 to 15 year process can do for you if it's well managed and you're doing the right things.
Now, there was
So-
a guy that was in here, and he was talking about the same kind of thing, but with housing and investing into real estate and property. He says 1, 2, maybe 3 max,
Mhm.
and let it build that way too, and then bring it out and then go into this.
Well,
Is that kind of a good idea too?
it could be. You can never lose in real estate.
Never,
right?
never.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody lose it.
But there are big tax implications when it comes to real estate.
Because they've changed it so much, right?
Yeah, because you've got capital gains to deal with on,
It's a 33
the
and a
equity
third,
you
right?
build on the
Now,
properties.
why did they get? Why did they get in?
I
there?
don't know.
They
It's
didn't
a
do
great
anything.
question. And we could ask that across the board. Why are we paying so much in taxes, right?
You gotta pay a tax on a house you own, and then pay taxes after you own it, and then pay taxes
Yeah.
when you go buy gas, and tax for food. And
Right,
tax.
right. Yeah. Hey, let me step back on one thing too, that we already talked about, but back to the 401ks
Oh, yeah.
and investing,
Yes.
right? Because people don't realize this within your 401k, that there is a Roth contribution option in the 401k instead of just the standard pre-tax contribution.
Right. Mhm.
And people tend to ask, well, what is a Roth, right?
Mhm.
What's the benefit to
Yeah.
that, right? So Roth IRA is just a federal tax code that allows you to contribute money to a retirement plan after tax.
Wow, which is nice.
Yeah. So do you think when you get to retirement, do you still want to pay high taxes?
And that's the thing, nobody does.
Nobody does.
And
We
then
pay
if you
enough
get your
as it
Social
is.
Security and your pension,
Yeah.
Social Security is like only a third, and it's like, okay, and then they try to score on their Medicare,
Yeah.
and then they give you a 2% increase, and
Yeah.
2.5% on the Medicare.
Right, right.
So you're like going backwards.
Yeah. So why not contribute to a retirement plan after tax? So there's 2 caveats to this investment. One is it has to be in effect for at least 5 years
Mhm.
for every penny to be tax-free.
Right.
Plus, you must be over 59 and a half before you make withdrawals, because there's an early IRS penalty.
Yeah, they get you on that.
But once you qualify for both of them, every penny you take out of that is tax-free.
And that's what makes it nice, because you don't
Yeah.
wanna be taking out your money and then they want 33 and a third of it.
Right.
You know, it's like crazy.
So you can choose that option in your 401k. And that's a
Instead of
good
that,
recommendation to do so. And even if you're doing that, you could still have a Roth IRA outside of your 401k at work.
And that's nice to have.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So you can build 2 types of retirement plans. Maybe one's taxable and one is not.
Right.
And another thing I've done and helped people with is doing Roth conversions.
And what is that?
So that's from a qualified retirement plan, pre-tax money, okay? So when I help somebody roll over an old 401k, come from a retirement plan, it's
So there's no
considered
tax in it.
qualified money,
Okay.
okay? So it hasn't been taxed. So you can convert that money into Roth money over a period of time.
And not be taxed, right?
So now you pay tax on the conversion.
Which
But
is
wouldn't
a
you
lot.
rather pay tax now than
Then
later?
Yeah, because later
Right.
if it builds and then, gee,
Yeah,
they get
because
it
what
charged.
if the tax rates increase?
And they do that all the time.
They do.
All the time.
So you can convert that money,
Mhm.
continue to contribute to your Roth,
Mhm.
okay? And you're building a tax-free portion of retirement that can help offset taxes in the future.
And let's get
Pretty
back
cool,
to,
right?
like you said, the 401k, how we're searching for these 401ks. And
Yeah.
You left without the money? Did I leave without the money? I think we both left without
We
the money.
both left without our money, yeah,
And I waited till I was ready to retire. I wanted to retire early.
yeah.
And the government starts sending me all this stuff, you've got this extra coming through. I do? Oh, fuck. So, did I say that? Yeah. So I think to myself, where's it at? So I go searching for it. So I went all over the place, just like you and I were doing. It's like,
Yeah.
it's somewhere.
It is. It is. There's websites that there's accessibility to try to find it. Um, I help people all the time find their
It
money.
was nice that you found yours, but you forgot your hire date, but you could
Yeah.
probably still go back and find
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And really, the easiest way is all we'd ever need is a current statement from the plan, or even an old statement.
Even an old, so you
It
can get all
doesn't
the
matter,
yes.
as long as we know who holds it.
Mm-hmm.
And I help my clients all the time by making three-way phone calls
And I like that. I watched you do it here. I was like, that was so interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, you could actually, because you do this. This is what you do. You help your clients find their, and I'm sure you found a lot of them.
Oh, I've helped a lot of clients.
And okay, so let us know. Okay, so when you do find it, is there apprehension on the other side of, well?
No, because by law they have to release the money.
That's it.
It's your money, right?
How do you approach that? What is it? Do you have to fill
all
out
we have to
forms
do is we ask the current custodian what they require for a rollover.
Oh, okay. So you can roll it over.
There's only a few options, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of them today, which is very convenient. They're like, okay, how do you want the check cut? They make a check and send it to the client.
And that's it.
Sometimes they'll transfer it directly to the new custodian.
ACH right in.
Yeah. Or they may require paperwork.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Which they'll send it to the client. I help them fill it out. Or they require paperwork from our receiving company.
And do you find a lot of the big 401ks, or do you find some small ones? Do you find all sizes?
They're all I've found any from 5,000 to 500,000.
Yes, that's the thing. And mine's halfway
and,
there.
And you know what? It doesn't matter, Henry.
Yes.
That's another thing, right?
And it really, like you and I, we both look at, what the hell? How did I let this get away from me? That's all I kept saying.
Because the lack of education.
Yeah, that's
bottom
it.
line. Yeah.
And then, we also had that. To me, I think that was just a big setup. The world financial collapse.
Yeah.
Remember that in 2008?
Oh yeah.
As everybody went through that, they were just moving that money around, making sure everybody lost a lot.
And we recovered, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We always recover. So, but yeah, one of the points I was going to make, I'll work with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you have 5,000 or $500,000. I mean, if you want to invest $50 a month into a Roth IRA to get started, I'll help you. That's the challenge with most big financial firms out there today.
Right.
So what we do is not unique.
Right.
There's a lot of companies out there that do it. Okay? But see, they only focus on like the top 3% of the population.
Because that's where they want that, the bigger money.
These are people that have investable assets. They could write $100,000 check any day.
Yeah,
not even blink.
Not even blink.
That's only 3%.
Right.
So what makes us unique is we serve the other 97% that they ignore.
And that's a lot.
Right.
There's when you go to college, they have you read in the business classes the 13 questions in ethics, and it's exactly like what you're saying. Would you take care of these 500,000 really rich people and get rid of the 200,000 so?
Yeah.
And so that's the variable.
Right.
And you have to make a paper on which way you would do as a good leader.
Mm.
And it's exactly what you said. The 200,000 people, they still have money, but it equates to the big money.
Yeah.
Just less up.
Yeah.
Like you said, 3%.
Exactly. Yeah, because guys, I came from there. Right?
Everybody has.
I didn't have a lot of money when I got started, and I'm just thankful there's a company willing to help me.
Yeah, and you say, why am I doing it like this? Money can make money, and money, with its interest or the way you put into these, like rollovers, like you said, the Roth or the things that you have, the tools that are necessary to make that money make money.
Yeah.
And not just let it be taxed and there goes all your money,
Right. Well, your money can make more money for you just being in the right place.
That's what I was saying.
Question is your money in the right place?
And that's where you help out. So get a hold of Guy Lucero, and you can give him your number right now. Yeah,
I'm available at 720-226-1159. My office is in Westminster. I'm right off of 92nd in Sheridan. local, available. The number I just gave you guys, that's my cell number, right? You're not gonna call an office number, an 800 number. You're calling me, right?
And
And
you're not
that's
calling
what
a
my
call center
clients
or
love,
something. Yeah, they call you, that you get a hold of guys.
24/7,
Yeah.
you know?
No, you know, not quite.
Well, no. But if people have an issue and, and it's after hours, weekends, whatever, I'll answer. And if I don't answer, I'll call you back.
Now, here's a big question. Should I go to my bank and get advice of what to do with my money? Do you think that's a good idea? Now, there's some banks that have these kind of advisors, like Chase and them.
They do, yeah.
But not.
So let me ask you this, Henry. Is the bank in the business of making money for them or for us?
And that's it for them. It's always for them.
Right. So you put your money into a savings account, what are they paying you?
Man, 0.5%.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
Maximum 4% if it's
Right.
interest-bearing
Right.
an account.
And what is the bank doing with our money?
Just
Does
lending
it just
out.
sit there and collect
They're
dust?
lending it out back and forth.
Right. They use our money and invest in the market, loan it out in forms of loans, and get 6, 8, 10, 12% return and give us less than 1.
And that's what I wonder. I mean, and some they even go as far as 22%. Some of them say, "Well, your credit's bad. You're gonna be." Why?
Credit card. What's 29% credit card?
What is that about?
And you're right. Some of these institutions have licensed advisors, but they're very limited on what they can offer.
And they make sure and say, "Here's what we want you to say and offer," and that's it.
Yeah.
There's maybe 4 avenues of tools or 4 avenues of where you can go with it. Like they don't offer everything like you guys do.
Right. They don't. They're very limited. I've had many clients with money sitting in IRAs at the bank earning 4, 6%.
Now, I want to ask you this question. It's part of something a little off the beaten path, but what if your mother, father, or one of your, or somebody had money in some of these accounts and they pass away?
Yeah.
What happens?
Inheritance. Yeah.
Can you pull that back out?
Yeah, I've had a lot of clients I've worked with inheritance money.
And so if it's there, and if they come and they're the child of mother, father, brothers, others, lovers, mother, son's friend, whatever, they can go in there and actually.
Yeah, and there's different types of inheritances. They could be from old retirement plans. There's special rules to that. Old IRAs.
Yeah, IRAs.
If it's from a property, there's specifics to that depending when the property was sold. But I have a lot of clients I've helped with that, and securing that money into a great investment and building something for their future that's tangible that they can use, and personal pensions, building for their future. Yeah.
And then there's back in the day in the World War II, they used to buy bonds and stuff like that. Now, can you roll over bonds into pensions?
No, typically bonds, they're typically built in mutual funds, but you can buy like old bearer bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't even do them anymore.
I know they don't, but they used to have.
Yeah.
If they come and let's say your grandmother still has them, they're still cashable.
Yeah, you have to cash them out.
You got to cash them out.
Yeah,
but then
you can't just roll them into something.
You just cash them out,
you
then
have
turn
to
around.
cash them, and bonds, they don't pay high returns at all.
But
they
after
just
40,
pay
60
yields.
years old, they
they can be worth a little bit, but yeah, I mean, that's just nothing that happens anymore. So.
If I already have an advisor I'm working with, am I good?
Yeah. Well, here's what
depends on the company, like you said.
Sure, but most people that are really financially savvy or have a good plan going, I found have multiple advisors.
Do they
right?
really?
Yeah. Because one advisor may be only focused on one thing, right? There's a lot of big companies out there that do that, but all they focus on is the investment side, right?
Not the other parts that could be helpful to the money.
What about
escalation?
What about life insurance?
Right.
They don't do that. What about setting up a will or a trust? They don't do that.
And wills and trusts are important because trust, you can put money in there and when you pull it, it's not taxable.
To a certain degree.
Depending on how much is in there, right?
Plus, they don't put you, give you a game plan to get, to get out of debt, right?
Right.
Okay, set up your kids' college funds,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
I mean, there's so many aspects to financial planning, and certain advisors only focus on
Now
one
you can
thing.
focus on a lot of this
I do it
stuff.
all.
See, that's
All
the thing
of it.
about, yeah, so that you know
One
all
stop
the.
shop. We're the Amazon of financial services, all
Oh my
right? So
God. The Amazon.
it's a one stop shop. You come and see me, and
Everything.
we'll take care of everything.
Now, you know, with some of these plans, like the 401ks that we're talking about, that a lot of people lose them.
Mm-hmm.
And now, if they lose them totally, where does the money go? Who keeps it eventually?
Oh, it's a good question. It's hard to say.
Who keeps
I mean,
it? Like even these banks, they go put all this money in the bank.
yeah.
They have these safety deposit boxes with gold and silver and all this stuff, but there's nobody to claim it. Who gets it?
Well, there's a website where you can go to claim unclaimed money.
Stuff, yeah.
You know, and if you have something out there, it's available.
Right.
And if not, I don't know. It's hard to say.
And then, well,
you know,
who keeps all
the other
that?
thing about it too, though, if you left an old 401k and they don't hear from you as the client for years, right? What they could end up doing is putting that money into, say, a money market position.
Right.
So it's there, but it's not doing a thing for you.
And so you can
Earning
still claim it,
no
though, right?
interest, yeah, but you can still claim it. So, but yeah, guys, if you have any other questions regarding any of the topics we discussed today, if you're interested in just a complimentary analysis,
And I like that,
just
the
to
way you
sit
put
down,
that, a compliment.
yeah.
Something complimentary is always good because
Yeah.
just sitting here with a guy, I learn a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So, and you'll learn a lot too if he comes to see you. You may have a different financial background than what we're talking about. Like he was working for Montgomery Ward's, I worked for Safeco, American States, and our
A lot of different
our
things.
401k went
yeah,
elsewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, if you already have an advisor, it's doesn't hurt to get a second opinion.
That's right. Yeah.
Here's the way I equate it. If you went to the doctor and they diagnosed you, right, with a terminal illness and said you have 6 months to a year to live.
Right.
Are you going to take that doctor's advice, or are you going to go get a second opinion?
Just to be on the safe side.
Just to be on the safe side.
And I like that.
So
that's a good way to put it.
Why not get a second opinion on your current financial situation?
That's right.
Don't cost you nothing.
You may have found something that just didn't feel right, and then Guy can probably kind of, you say, hey, wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You may give him, a window to something they didn't know.
Yeah. Hey, a tweak here, a tweak there.
And you gave one to me.
But that can make a difference of hundreds of thousands of dollars in your future.
And that's what because I was watching your show. I can attest to this. I said, hey, I couldn't find my 401k. Hey, and so I came right to Guy, and he gave me all these avenues of how to search, how to look, and he even got there and did it for me. And I thought, whoa, he found one, but we already cashed that out.
Yeah. No, I'll spend time.
And that was really interesting. If you want Guy, one more time on your telephone number.
So 720-226-1159. Feel free to reach out, schedule a time, come to my office and visit with me. Let's have a conversation, and I'm sure there's definitely some ways that I can help. And I'd love the opportunity to serve and share with other people. That's my passion. That's what I love doing, and it's fun.
Yeah. So last time Guy did a projection back on one of the screens and did a presentation. Was really good, and that's where I was really watching all that stuff.
Yeah.
This time we did it live again, but we did a one-on-one question and answer period, which really came out nice. I learned a lot again. Back to the crypto. So a lot of people are asking about this crypto. I'm sure, like, what is crypto?
Yeah.
And so you and I both know I call it ghost digits. I was like, okay, sure. You could lose quickly, I think, on that one.
Yeah.
But
it's hard to say.
Yeah. So with that being said, any more?
No,
anything else?
Like I said, everybody, feel free to reach out. Let's have a conversation, and love the opportunity to help.
Well, there you go, Guy Lucero here on KUHS with Your Financial Literacy, brought to you by Primerica, right?
Primerica and PFS Investments.
Okay, talk to you all later.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a great day.